That is the Interior Minister of Pakistan, the Home Minister of Pakistan, the man who's supposed to ensure that terrorists like Hafiz Saeed are in jail. But he's been caught on camera. This was a hidden camera, and he's been caught on camera saying that Imran Khan's party will support Hafiz Saeed, strengthen him to ensure that they are in the National Assembly of Pakistan, which is Pakistan's parliament. Little doubt that emboldened by such statements, you have a terrorist like Hafiz Saeed who holds a rally in Lahore and says that Pakistan or terrorists in Pakistan will wage war against India, target Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and that war will not be fought at the borders, but in the cities of India. There is clear and present danger. United Nations designated global terrorist and 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks mastermind Hafiz Saeed threatening to wage war against India. Hear this Pakistani terror ideologue carefully. A war that Hafiz Saeed threatens that will not be fought on the borders, but in Indian cities across the country.
इंशाअल्लाह इंडिया के शहरों में जंग होगी, बॉर्डरों पर जंग नहीं होगी.
Pakistan Army's most important asset also threatens to target Prime Minister Narendra Modi for focusing international attention towards Hafiz Saeed and Pakistan state-sponsored terror.
मोदी हिंदुत्वा का नुमाइंदा बन चुका है. वो कश्मीर के अंदर हिंदुत्वा को जारी करना चाहता है. ये जंग जारी है. मोदी इंशाअल्लाह हम ये जंग लड़ेंगे.
Sadly, despite Pakistan being on the Financial Action Task Force grey list and the global scrutiny, there are no restrictions on the movement of Hafiz Saeed, considered by many to be more powerful than Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan and perhaps as powerful as Pakistan's Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa. And this conversation of a Pakistani minister got on a hidden camera tells you why.
हाफिज सईद साहब को तो छोड़े, जो पाकिस्तान के लिए हक और कलमा हक का साथ देगा हम उसका साथ देंगे इंशाअल्लाह. ये हमारा ईमान है, हमारा ईमान है. ये आप और मेरी आपसे इल्तिजा होगी कि आप खुद असेंबली में आए बैठे ऊपर.
Pakistan's Interior Minister Shahryar Afridi promises all support and help to Hafiz Saeed, including the mainstreaming of his terrorist organization by helping register Hafiz Saeed's Milli Muslim League as a political party. No wonder, despite global scrutiny and condemnation, Pakistan's state refuses to take action against its most important strategic asset, Hafiz Saeed. With Hamza Amir in Islamabad, Bureau Report, India Today. The mask is off. Imran Khan's government, Imran Khan's Interior Minister, openly supporting a terrorist like Hafiz Saeed. Joining me now on the broadcast, Amit Malviya represents the BJP. Sushant Sareen is a senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation. He's a very keen Pakistan watcher. Kamar Chima joins us from Pakistan. And my first question is to you, Kamar Chima. Imran Khan promised a Naya Pakistan. But in this Naya Pakistan, it's the same Purana Pakistan where the Interior Minister of Pakistan is telling Hafiz Saeed's party that we will mainstream you. Let there be a Financial Action Task Force. Nothing will happen to you as long as Imran Khan stays in power. So this is how brazenly your country supports a terrorist like Hafiz Saeed, sir?
Well, first of all, let me tell you that Pakistan's parliament would have a serious national security debate on these issues. But at the same time, what I think Mr. Shahryar Afridi wants to say, or what his perspective is that all those people who have been outside the fold of the state, they need to be mainstream so that once they come in parliament, they are more responsible and they behave as the constitution and the institutions of Pakistan say. So this is what the Americans are asking, that we need to bring the Taliban in the fold of Afghan government.
Did you hear Hafiz Saeed, as he said that they will wage war against India on the 16th of December, 2 days ago, he's saying that that war will not be fought on the borders, it will be fought in Indian cities.
Gaurav, do you know the hawks in India says the same about Pakistan? Can we ignore that? Let's not go to the hawks. The relations are not among the hawks.
He's not a hawk. He's a UN designated global terrorist. And Sushant Sareen, the mask, if it was ever there, is off for the world to see. Imran Khan's party and their support to Taliban, Lashkar-e-Taiba and Hafiz Saeed.
Gaurav, you know, let me be a little counterintuitive. The mask was never on for people like you and me, but there are a whole lot of people, including from your fraternity, who always want to see this mask. And I will take you back 3 weeks back, when Indian journalists met Imran Khan and presented glowing accounts of how Imran Khan was saying that there has been a total clampdown on activities of Hafiz Saeed. The video clip which you are showing tells us that that was a lie which was spoken to Indian journalists who never had the temerity or the audacity to counter question what he was saying. The same Imran Khan says it is in our interest to not allow Pakistani territory to be used for terrorism, and we know that it is being used for terrorism, and we know that his government, including his minister, has been caught on camera saying that we will not let anything happen to these fellows, despite the fact that the Pakistani state goes and lies to the FATF and all international forums saying that we are going to follow on our international commitments. So for me, the mask was never there. But for people who love to see this mask simply because somebody speaks in an Oxfordian English accent, he could be the worst specimen of mankind. But if his accent of English is right, then he's probably supposed to be a liberal and progressive people. That's the attitude we live with, which is why we get socked on our face every time.
Amit Malviya, Imran Khan, does the Modi government truly appreciate the nature of the threat, given the fact, sir, that even the Modi government was willing to engage with Imran Khan on the sidelines of the UNGA, when we know the truth that even this government is taking no action against the perpetrators of 26/11 and Pathankot and other terror attacks in our country?
Gaurav, first of all, let me clarify at the outset that the Modi government had no plans whatsoever to engage with the Pakistani establishment till the time terror emanating from their soil did not stop. We have been categorical about that. As far as Imran Khan is concerned, when he took over as Pakistan's Prime Minister, we were in no doubt that this whole talk of Naya Pakistan is nothing but a hogwash. Although some people, the doves on our side of the border, jumped and proposed that there should be resumption of dialogue, but we stood steadfast on our position. Hafiz Saeed wanting to eliminate Prime Minister Modi, it resonates with the extreme left that we have on our side. We've heard similar plots. We've heard people wanting to do that. We've seen mainstream politicians from our country going and hugging General Bajwa. We've seen a patronage that they've enjoyed from the largest opposition party, namely the Congress, when it comes to seeking support from Pakistan to dislodge the Indian establishment.
You know, I don't have a Congress representative on the show, but
because what Mr. Modi has done very clearly, let me just finish and make this point, please. What Mr. Modi has done very effectively is isolated Pakistan on the international stage. There is no doubt whatsoever in anybody's mind that they are where the Ivy Leagues of terrorism exist and emanate from. We have de-linked our foreign policy to our national security, which means that you will not be able to cross across our borders. We may talk diplomatically, we may engage on some counts on international forums, but not at the cost of terror, not at the cost of civilian lives that we may lose.
Sir, on issues of national security, we will avoid domestic issues, and that's a request since I don't have a Congress representative on the broadcast. This is a foreign policy issue that I wanted to debate, but Kamar Chima, your country is on the Financial Action Task Force grey list, and that's very serious. You could be on that blacklist if you don't take action against Hafiz Saeed. Your country has made a commitment to FATF. You've given 27 points. 10 out of those 27 you have to fulfill immediately, and yet your Interior Minister is he stands exposed telling Hafiz Saeed, nothing will happen to you as long as Imran Khan is here. So you're not only fooling India or trying to fool India, you are trying to pull wool over the world's eyes. I'm not sure if that's going to happen anymore. Qamar Chima, your country needs to wake up.
Well, please listen me as you have listened, heard others, please. Thank you. Well, let me tell you first of all, Anand, Pakistan need to be very careful as far as the international obligations are concerned from the United Nations. And I have spoken that, and we have spoken that a lot on that. And I personally understand that. But what is important at the moment, at the time, you know, there are people who have picked the weapons in the past. There are people who have picked the weapons in the past.
Let's break this down one by one. So you have said, sir, you have said that Pakistan needs to fulfill its international obligations. Is your minister supporting Hafiz Saeed fulfilling that international obligation?
Well, I think I have said whatever I wanted to say.
No. So don't give me that. Don't give me a line that you may have got. I'm asking you facts since you're an analyst. Is Shahryar Afridi fulfilling those obligations by saying that Imran Khan's government stands by Hafiz Saeed? Is he fulfilling the FATF obligations?
First of all, there is no policy from the Prime Minister or from the government of Pakistan on Hafiz Saeed so far. That is what we have been saying.
So are you then saying, and let me bring in Sushant Sareen, unless Qamar Javed Bajwa gives a policy, there is no policy. Interior Minister does not matter, Sushant Sareen. Imran Khan does not matter. Only Qamar Javed Bajwa.
That's your choice.
Only Qamar Javed Bajwa matters, Sushant Sareen.
Let me finish my argument. Then what's the point to be here, Gaurav?
नहीं सर मैं आपका नाम पूछता हूँ आप गाड़ी का नंबर बताते हो तो ऐसे तो डिबेट नहीं चलेगी
Gaurav, the thing
don't give complete time to others.
सर अगर वो लोग भी लीग से हटकर बोलते तो मैं उनको उसी पॉइंट पे वापस लाता हूँ I bring them back to the point but Sushant Sareen go sir.
Gaurav, आप मेरे टीचर तो ना बनो आप.
Sushant Sareen go on sir.
Gaurav, I think you're being unfair to Qamar Chima asking him a question which will make his namesake make him disappear if he answers truthfully. But having said that, I think it's very clear that who makes the policy and a puppet prime minister. Yeah, well, if you were honest, you would disappear. You would not be on screen.
Thank you very much. But
see, here is the thing. You know, the entire FATF. The entire FATF case has been built around the fact that the Pakistanis have been playing games on the issue of terrorism, particularly on the issue of Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jamaat-ul-Dawa and international terrorists. International terrorists like Hafiz Saeed, Abdul Rahman Makki and others. Now, here is the thing.
But Qamar Chima,
you know, what has happened with the Pakistanis is that...
Qamar Chima, one by one. I will give you time if you answer my question, sir. Okay, one by one. Let him explain. Qamar Chima, let Sushant Sareen explain. I will come back to you and to Amit Malviya. Give me 30 seconds, sir.
Let me explain what is happening.
Acha, sun to lijiye Qamar Chima.
You'll have to put him on the fader because he's just raving and ranting now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just raving and ranting. There's no point listening to him when he gets into this mood. So here is the thing.
I know Qamar Chima, things are tense for Pakistan. By the way, the FATF will be watching. I'm sure the FATF is watching what your interior minister is saying.
You're talking about the hawks in India. You have a hawk in the panel. And what you talk? Can there be talks in the country with the people like
No. Arey sir, you have a terrorist who's being mainstreamed. You have a terrorist who's being mainstreamed by your interior minister who's saying Imran Khan ki sarkar mein kuch nahi hoga aapka, inshallah.
I don't think you are a person fit to talk to.
Okay,
really?
One by one.
Gentlemen, let's be civil. So I'm not interested in talking to you.
Let's be civil. Okay, Sushant Sareen, you go first, and Qamar Chima immediately after that.
Now let's bring it back.
Okay, yeah. Can I just have Sushant Sareen for 30 seconds so that I can
you'll have to make him shut up. You'll have to make him shut up.
Okay.
It is Pakistan.
So you have to put him on the fader.
Give me 30 seconds.
I can't talk over this guy. He just speaks endlessly.
Yes, Sushant Sareen, go on.
Yeah. He can't filibuster the debate. Now here is the thing. So the whole FATF thing started on LET/Jamaat-ul-Dawa, and the Pakistanis have played these games before, and they've got off. Now what they normally do is their normal standard modus operandi of the criminal enterprise called Pakistan is that you show or you mask that you are taking action, that you pass certain laws, you set up an organization, and then you tell everybody that, look, we are taking action. The FATF became wise this time, and what they have now, this is what the Pakistanis tried when the review committee came to Pakistan. The FATF, however, insisted, which included 3 members from countries which are supposed to be very close friends of the Pakistanis, including China and including Turkey. So the FATF told them that, look, we have seen enough of these games which you have been playing. Please give us specific action what you have taken. That is where all this, this crap which the Pakistanis were selling got exposed. And suddenly they started ducking for cover, which is when the first FATF report said that they have not done virtually anything. Nothing they have done to live up to those high-level commitments which they had given at the FATF.
Let me now get Qamar Cheema to respond to that.
So this is where matters stand right now.
Okay,
And
Qamar Cheema, please respond.
Lost ground and continuing with their lies. And their lies have been exposed by none other than the Interior Minister.
With the United States because they got troubled in Afghanistan. Now they have, that is politically motivated. Whatever that grey listing of Pakistan is done in FATF. This is the politically motivated act of the United States of putting Pakistan in the grey list. So this is and right.
Is that your response? Is that actually your response?
Enterprise.
You can say that. You can say that to some TV channel in Pakistan and get away with it. You can say that to some local Urdu newspaper in Pakistan and get away with it. You can't get away with it internationally. Not in the 21st century. Sir, you are under tremendous scrutiny.
This is not about a local newspaper. And what
Sir, you are under tremendous scrutiny, international scrutiny. Amit Malviya, Pakistan can't get away by saying that this is America doing it.
It is not India which has to decide.
Okay.
It is not what India has to decide. Pakistan is well.
Sir, India is keeping a hawk eye on whatever you're doing. You know that your country is doing. India is keeping a hawk eye on that. Amit Malviya.
Give us lectures, please.
You know, Gaurav, Pakistan's doublespeak has been exposed several times. They were pretending to be ally in the war on terror, and Osama bin Laden was housed in Pakistan till he was taken out by the US Navy. Now, Hafiz Saeed is a known terrorist. He's hobnobbing with people. He's openly advocating all kinds of political positions and challenging the Indian Premier. Everybody is watching it, and there's been no action on it. I only want to tell Hafiz Saeed and his patrons in Pakistan that you've not been able to find somebody to head Hizbul Mujahideen in India, because the man, whoever you appoint, gets taken out in exactly 10 days. Forget about waging a war in cities of India. But you should look at what's happening in Pakistan, which is just about to disintegrate. And that is the reality of the Pakistan.
I mean, your government's been in power practically 5 years now. Why is that message going only through minions who are being eliminated in Jammu and Kashmir? Shouldn't that message go clearer home to wherever Sayyid Salahuddin or, or Hafiz Saeed is, or wherever Maulana Masood Azhar is?
Gaurav, you know this very well, that Pakistan and these interests who are operating from their soil have not had a tough time like they've had in the last 5 years. Otherwise, they wouldn't be ranting to an indoctrinated crowd and not be able to do anything. The reality is that today Pakistan has been isolated like never before, and it's about time that the next steps will follow, and some of these men who have been absconding the scrutiny and law on the Indian side will be brought to book. We have to be patient. These are very tough terrains to negotiate, but we are at it.
Okay. Qamar Cheema, there is tremendous global scrutiny, and why Hafiz Saeed belongs to jail is that statement he made 2 days ago that they will wage war against India not at borders but in Indian cities, and whether it's Mumbai or Delhi or Bengaluru or Ahmedabad. Sir, I've covered a dozen+ cases of Pakistan state-sponsored terror in our country. We've bled, and the terrorist is roaming around openly in your country. Why don't you jail Hafiz Saeed?
The point is, 2018 CIA report says that the Bajrang Dal and the RSS,
come on, see, that is why I don't let you speak. And when you say, why don't I let you speak, I cannot let you go on your rhetoric. I want answers on facts, sir.
Same way the Hawks in India,
on facts.
As well. Don't give us lessons.
I'm not giving you any lesson. I'm requesting you to take action against Hafiz Saeed.
Pakistan is an independent country. We do whatever we want to do. that is in the best national interest of the country.
Which is mainstreaming a terrorist like Hafiz Saeed if your interior minister is fulfilling your interests best. Sushant Sareen, I think it's very naive. It's very naive if anyone in the civilized world expects Pakistan to act against Hafiz Saeed. Sushant Sareen.
Hafiz Saeed is not an angel. He has not done something good in
Gaurav, there's an old saying. Gaurav,
he's not an angel.
Him anywhere.
He is demon personified, sir.
Gaurav, there is an old saying.
Yes.
Gaurav, there's an old saying, when in a hole, stop digging. And I think what Mr. Cheema is doing is he's digging the hole deeper when he says that Pakistan will do whatever it feels necessary is in its national interest. And clearly, very clearly for the last few decades, sponsoring terrorism and exporting terrorism is in its national interest. And that's what they continue to do. And the standard Kulbhushan Jadhav. There are these just catchwords which the Pakistanis come out with, and they think that explains their case. It doesn't explain their case.
No.
Pakistan's name is marked, Pakistan's image is marked.
So Sushant Sareen, is Pakistan in trouble with the Financial Action Task Force? I mean,
there's some reason for that.
Can we expect Pakistan to take some genuine action given the kind of pressure FATF has mounted so far, or that will come and go like in the past?
I suspect that there will be an element of dissemble from the Pakistani side. They'll try and fool the FATF. They'll try and show that we are taking some action. Some action will take a little longer. Then, of course, it will depend on how the FATF looks at the entire situation, whether that gives them another lease of life or it starts clamping down and turning the screws harder. So a lot of it will depend on how the international situation is at that point of time.
Okay.
And this is one of the reasons why the Pakistanis are also delivering on something called the Taliban, their old proxies to the Americans. How that plays out remains to be seen. So I think it will be a number of factors that will come into play before we see the end of this particular thing. But clearly, if it was purely on merit, then Pakistan should have been in the international doghouse many, many years back.
Oh, absolutely. And, God helps those who help themselves. So perhaps it's time for India to do what is needed to be done. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me. But this threat from Hafiz Saeed should be taken very seriously. Pakistan state-sponsored terror has affected and targeted our country in the past. They do have the capabilities to do so again. And it's high time Pakistan state-sponsored terror fears us instead of the situation being the other way around. That is all I have time for on the Newsroom tonight. Many thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.